This is Paul, checking into checking into the Cryptid Wilderness Research Podcast in Anchorage, Alaska, to stop by and tell you guys a story from one of our new fan members. I got an email from Zach that wanted me to share his story on the podcast. So I talked to the other hosts, which are Matt Slater out of Washington and Dana Becker here in Anchorage as well. And we decided, sure, we'd put his experience on the podcast, Cryptid Wilderness Research Podcast. So if you guys have an experience of your own, please remember to email us, and we'll review it and talk about it, discuss it, and see if we could put it on the show for you as well. Or if you'd like to be on the show yourself, come on the podcast. It'd be great. Anyway, this is from Zach. He's from Alaska up here, and he's emailed me us and said, "Hello, Cryptid Wilderness Research Podcast. This is Zach, and I'm only going to use first names out of respect for everyone and anonymity. So I appreciate your patience with. I believe this is one of our first fan contributed experiences to the podcast. I'll have to check with our technical guys and Dan, but I believe, guys, it's one of the first. Well, let me read this email, and we'll get going here. Oh, this is Zach from Anchorage, Alaska, and I would like to share a story with Cryptid Wilderness Research Podcast about me and my friend's experience with Bigfoot. Oddly enough, we did not experience him, but this experience had made us believe. Okay, it says, back in the early 80s, I got the chance to go to Ekuk, Alaska, which is a village on the western side of the state. It's a fishing village that is only accessible by plane or boat. It is like a small town. I went there to visit my friend Basil for a few weeks, and as kids do, we had fun in the countryside, hunting, fishing, and chasing the fair game. So anyway, it says, one day we went in after a hard day of playing outside, and Basil's mother got mad at us and told us we were no longer going to be going outside anymore for the rest of the time that we were to be there. Now, growing up in a village, you understand that being outside, especially back then in the 80s with no internet or cable TV, could be pretty miserable as a kid. Oh, man. That would be something else. You can't go outside in the summertime here in Alaska. That'll drive you crazy. We were upset with Basil's mother, and Basil checked with his dad to see if they were in trouble. His dad got in trouble himself and said that he does not know why, but just stay in. It's only a few more days. And I said, years later, he found out that Basil's mother was doing dishes, and she happened to look up and outside the window, and the cabin is 4 feet off the ground, and it came out of the woods and walked up to the window and stared at her eye to eye, and she is 5 foot. Well, that's a tall son of a gun. And that is the reason why she did not have us go outside the rest of the time. So that was a tall Bigfoot, Zach, is what you were talking about. If you would like to call into the podcast and be an audience member, you can. But thank you for the experience. Ekuk, Alaska. It was Ekuk, Alaska. He talked about. Wow. All right. As I understand it, a few weeks ago, if you guys remember, watch the podcast and follow along, me and Becker went down to the Kenai Peninsula to Hope, Alaska. Now, you go anywhere in Alaska, it's going to be a drive. Um, it's a few hours away. And we put up some game trail cameras, and we could check in with Becker to see what happened with that and a follow-up with Becker. All right. Thanks, guys. This is Paul Ayat with Cryptid Wilderness Research.
Hi, this is CWR team member Daniel Becker, getting ready to head into the Kenai Peninsula to retrieve game camera 1. And not only is this the gateway to this section of the state, but it's the gateway to Bigfoot country in this section of the state. And that is a pretty cool thing. Hi, this is Daniel Becker, CWR team member, out here on the Kenai Peninsula, retrieving one of the game cams. Remember, I came out last time and the mosquitoes were horrible, so this time I'm prepared. But they don't seem to be that bad today, so I haven't had to really click this into use. Right now, I am not able to find the game cam. It is completely off of the tree someplace. So it's either been stolen or it's been torn off and removed. So I'll look around a little bit more. All right, well, I just came out of the woods after a long trek. Didn't need the mosquito net as much as I thought I would. But the bad news is the game camera is gone. It's either been torn off of the tree or it's been stolen. If it's been stolen, just a reminder, make sure you password protect your cameras just like we do. And so if it was stolen, then they're not going to get much and it's going to be totally useless to them. But I didn't see any tracks around the area or anything like that, so most likely it was stolen. But, you know, it's unfortunate that no matter where you put things, you know, someone will always seem to find it.